Well, a very good morning to you. You're now tuned to the news review. I'm Jacqueline Monyoncho. It's the 2nd day of September 2014. And right about now, I'm joined by Eugene. Good morning.
Morning. Good morning.
How is the day today?
The day is still young, fresh, and clean. But it's all good in the hood. And you?
I'm okay. Just the chilly morning. The weather is a bit cloudy and raining a bit. When I came in, it was raining. I don't know if it's still raining.
Where I went to school, they call that drizzling.
Okay. A new word for you kids. Drizzling. So, Eugene, some of the stories that we have is Rwanda is no longer going to Big Brother. The contestants will not participate.
It's a very sad news story, that broke yesterday in the evening. And Twitter went crazy. We have Rwandans on Twitter who are all out and wondering what's really going on, especially coming after what happened with CAF and the appeal and all those issues. So there's a certain feeling that things are not working out well for us. Why now? Why again do we see this? An opportunity that had just come for the very first time. We had contestants who are jovial, who are hopeful contestants, that were waiting for that big announcement on the day that Big Brother is launched. And now hearing that they will not be participating is just heartbreaking news. And I'm just hoping, and very seriously hoping, that this is one of those games that Biggie plays in the house, just making you feel like things are like this, but then pulls a surprise later. I'm so hoping, my fingers are crossed. I've refused to believe at all until that day that they'll be launching and Rwanda will not be appearing there. That's when I'll believe that this is really true.
There are two countries that are actually not going. There's Rwanda and Sierra Leone.
Yes.
For Sierra Leone, people might understand and say maybe it's because of the Ebola crisis that is in their country.
Yes.
But why Rwanda?
Yeah, they were clear. They gave out a press release on this issue. They gave a statement. They said that due to some logistical challenges and problems that made it hard for the contestants in Rwanda to be able to get the proper documentations to go to South Africa to participate in the games or in the Big Brother Africa reality show. So it again opens the Pandora's box on these issues of the South Africa-Rwanda relations, because this also has been mentioned by a cross-section of the public, because, again, people are left to speculate. So there's speculation on whether the ties between Rwanda and South Africa may or must have contributed to this because of the absence of an active ambassador at the embassy or things like that. So these are also things that people are mentioning as some of the causes of this particular issue. Others were saying, hey, maybe they thought even us we have Ebola because Sierra Leone is there in the list. So maybe even us we have been kicked out because of that. But it leads to a whole lot of things being talked about from one side to another. And we're only hoping that at the end of the day, this is still not true. As I was saying, I'm still thinking that it's not true. But must we go for Big Brother? What's the need? What's the good thing about it? We can start our own big sister. And life moves on.
Good morning. No, it's not drizzling anymore.
It's not drizzling anymore.
No, the sky is getting more blue. More blue.
She's been locked up in this particular cube. Is it a cube or a cubicle? From 5. So
in
from
this box.
The last time she had.
Still, Jackie, me, I don't get it. I mean, there is Ebola in Sierra Leone, and therefore you can't accept an individual being part of Big Brother.
But we've been seeing people being banned, like football teams, rugby teams. They've been banned from going to play.
No, that's not the point. That's not true. It's that the games are not going to be played in Sierra Leone.
But even their teams have been banned from going outside to play.
I agree, but it doesn't make sense because the contestants are tested, including HIV and AIDS, because most of the time some of them go in there they mix and mingle.
No, but what is the you never know? Then you do nothing in this world.
Yes.
If it's you never know, then you do nothing in this world. Just be precise.
Yes.
You know, this guy, Jackie, today, do you have Ebola?
And
You're
we have
sweating a bit, but you never know.
Yeah.
You know, but that's not the point. I mean, you don't have Ebola. That is the real point. So, and also this thing about Rwanda, about the documentation and all. Come on. No. I mean, it's the same thing. Say it rightly. We don't want to have any relationship with Rwanda. Then let's make it clear. But
do you think that's the message they want to send?
That's the message for me. That's the way I read it. How else do you read it? How different would your reading be?
I hosted a couple of these aspiring candidates or representatives of Rwanda, and I remember Frankie Joe. I asked him here, is it true that you guys are having difficulties in getting the documentations? Frankie Joe said, no. You know, these political things should not be brought into these kind of issues. So, and then we see this happening, and it brings in the question: was he being diplomatic himself?
No, but what was he saying? What was he saying? He said, no. So that means that he can apply for a visa.
Yeah, that's what he said at that time. That they will go and even get they were expecting to get a service.
No. That was Frankie Joe's fantasies on 89.7. But what about no? I mean, people who go there, they don't go with a national flag. It's just a private TV show. You know, it's not the national team that is going to
for you to be given a service.
I mean, these were fantasies, but the real message here is, I mean, I don't see how you just avoid Sierra Leone, and I don't see why you avoid Rwanda. Well, the kind of message is that, okay, this is our club and that's it. Then keep it.
Then why did you even spend time coming here for auditions, raising hopes of some young people? On this, I mean, it's just heartbreaking.
Well, yeah, maybe that is your soft side. For me, it's a clear message that something is a bit cuckoo over there. That is some guys were saying like let's boycott DSTV and all that. Yeah, well,
but DSTV is not for South Africa.
Really, it is.
DSTV it is. But you remember, you remember that time when this whole announcement was made that Rwanda will be in Big Brother for the first time. I asked that question, but this is on a very different note, because I'd asked, looking at what
you asked who,
the public,
yeah,
because we had some quarters who are thinking that you know, the way we think in terms of cultural issues, some of the things that happen in Big Brother are not cultural. So
then bring a Big Brother, please. If that's the point, then bring from wherever it comes. If it comes from China, bring a Big Brother and get out of your box. You know. Like if you were something confined, that we stand alone, that we have our own culture, and that we don't share with the rest of the world. There's some values that we do share with the rest of the world, you know?
So, yeah, we're expecting...
but we won't stay on this
but
one.
We really need to take a critical look at this country, South Africa, because it doesn't only have issues with Rwanda. They are also having visa wars with Kenya.
I wouldn't really mix the two and just clamp down, say South Africa as a country and looking at the relations like that. There are reasons, and each case is a different case. And as Albert said earlier on, if they have an issue with us, they should just put in black and white and say, you're not part of the league. You're not.
They don't want to be in Africa like the rest of us are in Africa.
You know, it's always funny. Anyway, you just said that, but it reminds me of two things. The first one is that in this last year, I've been meeting a lot of South Africans come to Rwanda, and they are so amazed by the fact that they just come in and walk in, because they are Africans. You know, they're Africans. Therefore, they can just get their visa at the airport, stamp, and they walk in. And they're so amazed by that. On the other side, I remember on different trips that I was in South Africa in the past, where the guys are saying, okay, next week I'm going to Africa. And you wonder, okay, where are we here? You know. So these guys are enjoying that they're Africans, that they come in with a free visa here, no hassle at all.
Yeah.
And then when they're in South Africa, they say, we're going to Africa. When you go outside South Africa, the Republic of South Africa, they say, we're going to Africa. Come on.
But coming in on this issue, moving back to that statement you made, Albert, earlier on, in terms of Big Brother being a private thing, then where do we bring in the issue of governments? Where do we bring in the issue of diplomatic issues? Because if it is private, it's private.
Sure. But then that's when it's a bit. I'd say that's the shady part of it, you know. Because why would a private company just play
politics?
Play politics. Why?
It's always about politics.
Yeah. That's what
Moving
I'm talking
on,
about.
there's a commission that has found most of DRC border is inside
Well, it's
Rwanda.
a joint commission.
Yeah, it's joint.
A joint team, and I guess it even goes beyond just Congolese and Rwandese. There are also other observers, and yes, I mean the Congo has made some noise a couple of months ago when we had this fire breakout. I mean, fire as bullets between two armies at the border, and now they found out that that in fact Congo has been eating land from Rwanda for ever since 1911, because what we see there is a demarcation from 1911. You know, those milestones that they need supposed to find, those 22, they've been placed there in 1911, like almost 100 years ago. And they found them in Congolese houses, some of them, you know, that showing you that how they had just grabbed the land.
Are we going to see a situation like we saw with Kenya and Uganda on the Migingo Island? Then Museveni said the island is in Kenya.
Is in Uganda.
In Uganda, but the water is in Kenya. So are we going to see a Migingo scenario in this? Because of course you may expect some noise at some quarters.
Sure, you can always expect some noise, and then we'll see what it is. But there had never been a problem before. Congolese should have been just silent about it, and they made some noise. And now, we might see now the border move.
But talking of borders and these slogans we make in conferences, not me when I say we, our leaders make concerning
on our
behalf concerning having borderless Africa.
Yeah,
and here we are struggling to demarcate and tell that this is this side, this is that side. What are we talking about?
I read a very interesting article on a Congolese website. I think it's called Congo News, by the way. It's a very interesting article that is saying the shame visa, the shame visa that is being ordered from Kinshasa in the Kivus. The Congolese were like guys, I mean, this is a joke to start that kind of visa, because who does it benefit, and who is falling in? I mean, in the problems, because they say like in the Kivu, they just reminded Kinshasa that the Kivus are more landlocked than Rwanda or Burundi. That
because of those restrictions.
Yes. Now, when they see the exchanges, they say so many Rwandese are coming to sell like basic goods, commodities that they need. Because in Congo, because of the unrest, because of the insecurity, they can't even have their land. They can work on their land with the FDLR roaming around and other armed groups. So when small Rwandese traders or just trying to make some little businesses are crossing the border, it helps Goma, right? And in exchange, what they really see is that the other exchange in the other side from Congo to Rwanda, they say it's more it's more people who have diplomas, licenses, and also and they find their work in Rwanda. If they were to be applied also visa and the same kind of restrictions,
Yes.
it would be more crisis even in Congo. So who is benefiting from just free exchanges between? I mean, both sides are really benefiting. And Rwanda's policy to say, if you are African, you just walk in. I think that should be the way to go.
And it should start with our close
Of
neighbors.
course, neighbors.
It should
Yeah,
start there
yeah.
instead of thinking for. Yep.
I think the UN were listening to the news review yesterday, and they've turned to Rwanda for more female peacekeepers.
For to which
They're
to where
For more female peacekeepers.
to Ebola regions.
yeah. I wish we had Lion around.
He's roaring around.
These are some of the comments. You definitely expect something.
He wants his gender moment.
Yeah. So the traffic, the city moves to regulate city traffic. This is on the analog version of our friends.
I just had a problem with the police car right now.
What happened?
You know,
are
at
speaking on the phone.
Gishushu, you're coming from Nyarutarama, you're coming from RDB, you have to cross the big avenue there. You want to cross. But at the other side, people are there, they're uphill, right? And they always take your lane. I mean, so meaning that all of those cars were driving at the wrong side, they were at the left side of the road, while you coming from your right side. And nose to nose, who is there in front of me? Police car. And I say, even you guys. I say, yeah. Oh, come on, yeah. Yeah. I mean, that was like, and you're creating a traffic jam right here, you know?
Yeah.
And then you have your colleagues at the traffic lights and they don't tell you anything. So, and now they want to regulate? In general, they're doing a better job than this.
Yeah. But we had the traffic and travel updates. Why didn't you call to say what was going on where you were?
You were just signing out.
Arrested you, eh?
You were just signing out. Yeah,
Speaking on the phone.
Oh, no. I told them, I'm live, man. Arrest me.
Now, the regulation here is a bit interesting because do you know what they want to regulate? They want to see to it that these cars that are ferrying cash and ambulances and the wedding convoys, they want to regulate them and ensure that they follow traffic rules.
I don't understand that.
Now, you always see when an ambulance is coming and the lights are not open for cars to pass, the ambulance will always pass. You see, those exceptions.
If the lights are not...
When you're not supposed to move.
Yes,
you're on the
an
traffic.
ambulance.
And then it's an ambulance.
Yeah.
An ambulance would breach that kind of regulation and they will
Sure,
pass.
but an ambulance to do that.
But now
that
here it's
needs to
interesting.
be-
They want them to follow the traffic rules.
They can't.
No. But an ambulance... No, I mean, when an ambulance is on duty and it has to speed... drive someone who is in need in the ambulance, they have their own traffic rules.
Listen.
But the thing is that then the ambulance also needs to announce that they are on a mission.
they're on
I
a
mean, they have the lights and the beep, bloop, beep, bloop.
Siren.
Are they going to regulate any the convoy of the big guys?
That would be interesting.
Because that's what I see there. I mean, what else do they want to regulate?
And even how will you regulate those cars that take money
No,
from the banks?
but I think is that for real?
Listen, I'll read. It's on the front page. Kigali moves to regulate city traffic. Now, the city of Kigali, with the blessings of the traffic police, has moved to regulate traffic further, instituting fresh measures and asking that wedding and cash convoys adhere to traffic regulations. Ambulances have not been left out either, with the emergency service vehicles being asked to avoid speeding when not on emergencies.
Voila. When not on emergency. I agree with them.
So if they're not on emergency, they should slow down.
No, they should drive like anybody else.
I've seen instances where the
But
drivers
the
of
ambulances
this
are not supposed to be driving all over. They should
uh,
be on the road when there's an emergency.
Yes, fine.
But still,
when they're coming back from an emergency or whatever.
what I know.
But you're right, Jack.
what I know is that some drivers of these ambulances and some members of staff of hospital have taken advantage of this.
Anywhere
Case in
in the
point.
world.
This issue.
Case in
But
point.
how many?
You'd see that there's
But
traffic.
how
There would be
many?
this
Of
one.
course.
Let's go.
Of
Put on the
course, but
siren.
in
Yeah.
general, people have a professional behavior, and you might find an abuse of that. Like what, 5%? We don't make a song with 5%.
You can make
It's
a
all
song
about numbers.
Yeah, the worst case scenario is there was even a story in Kenya, an expose, where some drug trafficking was happening using ambulances, because they always knew that ambulances, nobody
They're not
usually
being
opens
checked
and
and,
check. Yeah. And they would use that to definitely, yeah. They
They're
should
being creative.
we're expecting to get an answer. It would be interesting to know if they'll regulate the big guys, as you say.
No,
if the big
but-
boy or
but
the big
no,
man
but
is
here
not
you
in
just-
the car.
No, but you just gave the key.
Yeah.
Here, when not on duty.
There are certain drivers of the presidential escorts when they've already deposited the big man where he's supposed to go, and they are now driving. I think they're used to that speeding mode, and you'll see once in a while.
But how will you know
once-
they are working for the big boss if they don't speed?
Aye, how? But still,
They
you
need
know
to
he has
show
already
off.
entered somewhere,
They need to show off.
and
No, those cars, they don't move like that.
Yeah.
They only move alone if they go for service, but they don't just. But that brings me to the story of Kenya.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
The good news is they have arraigned someone in court.
So
Was the car really stolen?
Yeah, because
what they found back the car, by the way.
the car was found.
The car was found where?
The car was found.
On the beach
Let me
side?
just check
In
for
Lamu?
that particular. Let me check that particular issue. Yeah. So
It was in Yemen.
Yemen doing what? in
I don't
Yemen?
know.
Yeah. But what we see is that there's a suspect who was found. As we look for it, probably we can go for another item. I'm just searching for that particular issue.
So, as such as there's this story of the Amavubi Stars have been given 4 million Rwandan francs each bonus.
Well, they had played. They
So
had
was
reached.
Birori also given the 4 million?
I hope so, because he was the striker. Isn't that thanks to Birori that they reached that level?
There were some people who were talking to yesterday and they were saying they should jail Birori because he made Rwanda not to go to the finals in Morocco.
My question still remains: has that guy ever played for the Congolese national team? Has he ever?
I think so.
Huh?
I don't follow football that much.
What I was being told yesterday is that the issue was mostly on actually even his suspension.
Because you see, it's
Yes.
Congo who complained,
Yes.
and Congo moves on. You know. But I say the CAF is a bit fishy.
Just say what you think is
no,
fishy.
but I'll tell you already. I mean, if there is first of all, how was the case filed? Then please do your job, guys, and try to track that. Was the file case on a regular way? Secondly, when there's this kind of decision, it goes for 2 years. Rwanda didn't get those 2 years. Why? All of that makes symptoms for me, or indications that maybe something didn't really follow the normal way. So until being proven guilty for real, because I still say, Amavubi, oh yeah, you guys did a good job, and we all behind you. I mean, that's for me.
Yeah, that's for you. But at the end of the day, yesterday I hosted the spokesperson of Ferwafa
Yes.
on one-on-one. For them, they felt whatever happened was a ticking time bomb that finally exploded, and it has helped them also, learn some of the things that they needed to have worked on or cleaned out.
Well, it's for
And so
sure
they have
that
asked all-
they
they have asked-
they've inherited the situation
Yeah.
that was created a long
A
time
long
ago.
time ago, yeah.
But like I tell you, maybe it's good that you have something like that and you clean the house once and
for all, yeah.
And but I'll tell you, I mean, soccer and in general, not just here, but in general, has a shady, fishy side, you know, and I think corruption and all that has been also high in African soccer, and what we see here might even happen to other federations also in the region.
Or might be happening. It's just that someone has not reported.
Yeah.
Now the car actually is not yet found.
You see?
And this person being held is a mechanic. I think he's the one who usually does servicing for that car, and I'm not sure why exactly him, but they're saying that he is going to help with leading to some of the investigations that are going on. And
that is like
interestingly,
Kayumba's driver.
interestingly, State House through their spokesperson denied that the missing car was part of the president's escort detail. So are we covering up some?
But why cover up? Why cover up? If it's the presidential detail, just say it.
And if it
so
is
you
not,
cover
also
up
say
so that what happens?
so that you stop laughing at us that the president's car was stolen.
That shows how secure the country is. If they can even steal the president's car.
But they had removed the intelligence
And
guy.
it's not armored. It's
why.
not. They've explained that.
So what car was stolen, by the way? Is it Lamborghini?
BMW.
Bob Marley and the Wailers.
Bob Marley and the Wailers.
Really? Okay. What series?
I don't know.
Yeah, must be a BMW with wings.
So our time is up. Coming up after this is one-on-one where Eugene will talk to the Ferwafa boss. Is it the Ferwafa boss? Or
No, the spokesperson.
the spokesperson of Ferwafa.
Yes, it's a rerun.
So good morning. and
Good morning.
goodbye.
Good morning.
Yep.
Ron.